been in the survival training business for about 45 years now. I speak to many thousands of people every year. Space blankets are probably the most worthless shelter that you could possibly include in your gear. And that probably takes some of you by surprise because you've been told that this is everything you could possibly need for sheltering. The problem is that when you are injured, getting it out of the packaging is difficult. When you are in a really windy situation, if you only have the use of one hand, getting it open and getting it wrapped around you is almost impossible. I say one hand, you say, well, geez, I got two hands. Can you guarantee it? When people get hurt, very often it's fingers, wrists, forearms, elbows, shoulders. And I think the best that you can expect is to have the use of one hand. Stop and think for a moment how difficult it is to tie your shoelaces with one hand. How difficult it is to zip up a jacket with one hand. How difficult it is to open up a space blanket package and unwrap that very flimsy material and get it around you with one hand. We've got to do better than that. I'm going to show you what's better than that. I would strongly encourage you that if you are a believer in the space blankets, the next time you have some really crummy weather in the outdoors, really windy, cold, wet, miserable weather, go out into your backyard. Take your space blanket with you. Limit yourself to the use of one hand, your non-dominant hand, and then see whether or not you can use your space blanket. See if you can get it wrapped around you. The other thing about space blankets is, and this has happened hundreds and hundreds of times, perhaps thousands of times in the outdoors, is that all it takes is a little stick, perhaps a stub sticking out of the tree that you lean back up against. Perhaps a root sticking up out of the ground that pokes a hole in this fabric, the whole thing comes apart. There's no strength to it whatsoever once a hole's in it. I am not obviously a fan of space blankets, whether they are in the blanket form or whether they are in the bag form. It's the same material, polyester, one little hole and the whole thing comes apart. You need something much tougher, much better than that. So what do I recommend? This here, believe it or not, is a Colorado Department of Transportation trash bag. All right? It's big enough that I'm 6'5", I weigh about 215 pounds. I can get in it easily. All right? Come to the closed end. Drop down 4 or 5 inches from the corner. Cut out a hole that is just big enough for you to pass your head through from the inside. And then it's simply a matter of pulling it on. Right? Now, how long did that take? How much protection do I have? I'm completely out of the wind. I'm completely out of the wet. My hands are free on the inside. If I have to do other things, my hands are free to do that. And I am totally protected right now. I don't have to hold anything around me. This is the kind of protection that I think you should consider. The other thing to think about when it comes to selecting the equipment that you carry is how versatile is it? How useful is it for other things? This plastic bag, for example, could be used for perhaps carrying water. It could be used as flotation. Of course, I'm talking before I cut the hole out. It could be used as a ground cloth. I know people that have skidded elk carcasses out on this, on the snow. I've used it for flotation. The word versatile is a very useful word and a word that plays into survival and surviving very, very well. The more versatile your equipment is, the more useful it's going to be in an emergency. This is the shelter that I've had probably around 20 people now survive in. People that have gone through survival training and purchased one of these bags like this and then had to really use it in a real world survival situation. This is the kind of thing that you should consider. I would recommend not using household trash bags because they're only 1 or 2 mil thick. They're usually brown, black, or green, and a brown, black, or green plastic bag in the shade is very difficult to see. An orange one, on the other hand, like this, stands out. Even if you're injured and pass out or you go to sleep, you've still got a signal working for you. So I really encourage you to replace your space blankets with a plastic bag like this. It's 4 mil thick, it's big, it's tough, it's durable, and it works wonderfully for an emergency shelter.